Hi Capricorn, my name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your September 2015 forecast for the month. I am happy to be here. I'm coming to you from New Jersey, and I want to thank you, Capricorn, for subscribing and liking and sharing these videos. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate that. And also my Facebook page, Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. Let's get into this because September might be time to get your helmets on. There's some energy that with a Mercury retrograde sandwiched in between two eclipses, it's a little bit of a rocky month, but let's start the month on the 6th of September. Venus will be direct now at 14 degrees of Leo. She'll still remain in Leo through October 8th. So this has been in your 8th house of intimacy. So for those of you Capricorns in relationship, you'd find that this is going very smoothly with Venus stationed in the 8th, but there might be a little bit more beautification and smoothing over now that she's direct. When she's retrograde, it's not really a harsh detriment to that. It just slows down what she's able to disperse. But she'll be direct now in this 8th house of shared resources as well. And because Venus is not only love, she's money, she can offer you this smoothing over of other people's money. So if that's been on hold during the retrograde, you could see some of that come through now from the 6th of September through the 8th of October. Now we have our first eclipse on the 13th. This is the new moon partial solar eclipse at 20 degrees of Virgo in your 9th house of foreign travel, the 9th house of legalities, of law and philosophy, and spirituality and metaphysical thoughts and practices, and also your belief system. The 9th house of your vision, of how you're seeing your world. Crazy fly just flew in my forehead. It's weird, I'm inside. So now he's crawling on the computer. Sorry. Okay, your vision, how you're seeing the world. This new moon energy, eclipses remove the veil of a little bit of deception or nebulous energy. It's allowing you to see clearly in the 20-degree Virgo mark. So check your natal charts, because although these are solar forecasts, if you're lucky enough to know your birth time, I'd really love for you to look at your natal charts and see where you hold 20 degrees of Virgo. This is where the eclipse will hit you. It might not necessarily be your 9th house if you are a Sagittarius rising or any other rising other than Capricorn. So, but on the solar wheel, this is absolutely where it hits you, the 9th house of education. And there can be new study at this time, or a new practice that you're incorporating or feel the need to implement. And with eclipse energy, it can feel a little forced upon you. So it just depends on how that may apply to others. And for those of you dealing with legal issues, there is information that can be eclipsed in or out of the scenario at this time. And maybe for those of you with pending legal issues, there can be some resolve coming through the eclipse energy. It could be catalyst energy. The 17th is a day I want everyone to mark on their calendars as a day really not to make a lot of decisions or judgment calls. We have a lot of action going on that day, including the beginning of a Mercury retrograde at 15 degrees of Libra in the 10th house, the sign that you naturally govern, Capricorn, on the astrological wheel. This is the 10th house of career. It's the highest point on the astrological wheel. It is your social status. It's your purpose up there in the 10th. It's the retirement. Now with a Mercury retrograde here through the 10th or the 9th of October, it's about miscommunications in the career sector. It's about missing details and rescheduling of events and up and down schedules and people not getting in the groove right in the 10th house. So I don't want you to be too harsh on yourself over that 3-week period of time, because on that day as well, there is a Jupiter-Neptune opposition. Jupiter stationed in Virgo in the early degrees, 2 to 3 degrees, And Neptune is opposing energy in the third house in Pisces. So this is the house of communications and the ninth house of foreign travel or philosophies and belief systems. And Neptune is nebulous energy, deceptive energy. And Jupiter is expansion and optimism. So you can be seeing things overly optimistically or saying things in the third house. Delusions of grandeur kind of energy. Big dreams that really don't pan out. So I don't want you to have to insert your foot in your mouth a little bit, Capricorn. So watch the 17th for the communication style. And really don't say anything other than what you literally mean, and watch your intentions on that day. Also, Saturn, your ruling planet, exits Scorpio and enters Sagittarius, the sign just before you, on the 17th, on this same day that Mercury retrogrades, and we have this Jupiter-Neptune opposition. Now, out of all the energies and places Saturn could go, I'm not minding him in a 2.5-year stay now in your 12th house of secrets, your 12th house of rest. Saturn is restriction and control. If anything, rest might be more required of you. This is not a quick transit, though. This isn't something that's just going to happen on the 17th. This is a 2-year, 3-month stay almost through December of 2017, I believe, that Saturn, your ruling planet, will be in the house before you. So focus, Saturn is focus and lessons learned. Now, the 12th house is also psychic ability and the subconscious mind. I love Saturn in the 12th because there's not really an uncomfortable positioning here, unless you really don't want to be at all psychic. But I think it's a blessing to have information. And Saturn wants you learning more about what you're capable of in the 12th, which is the house of rest, the house of psychic ability, the house of dreams, premonitions. So yeah, allow him to reshift that focus for you, because we all could use a little expansion of the inner self, the inner reflection. On the 23rd, the sun makes a transit, the monthly transit, out of one sign into the next. Now he's in Libra. On the 23rd, this is the 10th house of career, where he'll be conjunct the Mercury retrograde. So the sun is the life force, and in the 10th house of career, the sign and the sector you naturally govern, you like when the sun is there, Cappy. Now, Capricorns are confident people, and you're ruled by that stance in the hips and projecting the chest a little bit. You're the mountain goat. You climb to the top of the mountain, the 10th house, the pinnacle, and you puff out your chest. So the sun here, you like the warmth of that energy. It's also success in the career. But with Mercury retrograde, don't shout too much success from the top of the mountain. Be a little more quiet. Heed your ruling planet in the 12th house of quiet. You don't really have to project. You can feel the presence of the sun. Don't gloat under that transit. Okay, on the 24th, Mars enters Virgo in this 9th house where the new moon partial solar eclipse will be. Ooh, I'm hearing some things. Ooh, and I just felt like a breath, like literally like breathing on my ear. So that's what's up. Okay, let's see what happens. I am in a very emotional room. This is the room where my father passed away that I'm doing these readings. So I'm just going to see what comes up. I'm also dealing with a lot of my stepfather's energy, who also passed away. So let's just see what happens here. Okay, bear with me. On the 24th, Mars enters Virgo, okay, in this 9th house where the new moon partial solar eclipse occurs. Okay. There's stamina, energy, and action for you, Capricorn. And even though it's not great to travel in a Mercury retrograde, you will feel the yearning to study about cultures abroad or things out of your normal realm. Your belief system will be changing. And I feel like maybe not changing entirely, but activated is a better word. The craving is Mars to experience new cultures and a new environment, a new foundation, a new way of belief, a new life path. This can be happening over the next 50 days when Mars is in this sector for you, but also the new moon eclipse is wanting you to become aware of new portal energy. The eclipse is an opening and a portal of awareness and lifting that veil so you can really see what the true path is. On the 27th, we're going to end the month with the full moon total lunar eclipse at 4 degrees of Aries. So this is the 4th house of home, where there's the culmination and the awareness in the home sector, the environment sector, the lowest part of the wheel, the opposite of the 10th house where you naturally govern. So your deep roots, your deep past, where you come from, maybe not the 4 walls of your environment, but the environment that you know that used to be home. Maybe you're visiting that area, or you're drawn to bring closure to that area because the full moon is the ending. I want to get to the cards because I'm feeling some energy in here. And if you'd like to read with me, I'm at audreyalison.com all through the week. You can reach me there and submit your PayPal order, and I will get back to you in a few days to schedule for a week or 2 out of that reading. And also, if you'd like to like my Facebook page, I'd appreciate it, at Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. Capricorn, this is your September 2015 reading. Let's see what the cards have to say. 2 of Wands, your intimacy at the top of the month. The twin flames, that 8th house. Now that Venus is direct there, love is in full speed ahead. There's connection for those of you wanting relationship. Mercury, the communication, the retrograde, and Venus. Oh, Mercury can bring in communication or nostalgia from the past. Some of you Capricorns can hear from previous loves, excuse me, through the retrograde of September 17th through October 9th. Let's see how the other cards apply. Strength. I love this for you. It's a sign of Leo. It represents Leo in the tarot. But you see how the sun and the moon are here? That's eclipse energy. There's strength to be had here. Now, in the 9th house, the new moon. In the 4th house is the full moon. So on the 13th and the 27th, strength can be had. Now, this could, wrapping up the end of the month on the 27th, you could find resolution in this sector of environment where you come from, finding strength from your roots during the eclipse time, and quite possibly in the 9th house of your belief system. 5 of Swords, hard at work, but honing in on the crafts, the skills, and righting wrongs and fixing what is broken in the home, or fixing what is broken metaphorically in you. You see how he's welding and making sure that that metal is super hot before he can really work it? Saturn, your ruling planet, has that same energy. When he enters a sector, it doesn't just immediately happen. He doesn't immediately influence the 12th house. He works it. He gets it heated, and then he can mold it. So I'm feeling like this metaphor, this came to me. I would never really read this card like that, but since Saturn governs you, Capricorn, I'm feeling like there's a pace to this card. Now, this could be very literal for those of you who work in metals or make jewelry or even fix cars or tend to skill with the hands. There's work to be done. And regarding the 10th house where Mercury is retrograde and the sun is, you might have to keep redoing some things in that realm. But with the sun there is energy. There is work to be done. Now you have 2 cards at the end. The earth sign male. This is you, Cappy baby. King of coins, the master of your environment and occupation. He has his paw right over that coin. He's not letting it go. You really want to keep what you've earned. Okay? Don't let people take what you've earned. And I'm getting a message. Oof. You don't have to give everything away. Capricorns are very selfless at times, meaning they'll give the shirt off their back to a neighbor who has helped them once. I wouldn't normally read this card like this either. I would normally say mastering your environment occupation. But they're saying you don't have to give everything away all the time. Keep what you've earned for a minute, Capricorn. Not everyone is worthy, I don't know why I'm getting emotional, is worthy of the shirt off of your back. And ending on the Two of Cups. So this is super energy. Starting the reading with the Two of Wands, intimacy, the twin flames, and this is the commitment, the relationship, the marriage, the soulmate, the equal distribution of energy, the infinity symbol. If you look at this, it's like, you know, and in the strength card, now this, of course, this deck doesn't have it, but any other deck, you would see over the strength card the infinity symbol up here. But the alchemical deck is a little bit more symbolic about science. So they use the sun and the moon, which is infinity, the balance of night and day. So I'm finding all of these dichotomies in here, or symbolism, I should say, is a better word, because this is reciprocated loving energy. So what could start for you, Capricorn, as something very dating and passionate, maybe sexual at first, could end up in a commitment and a monogamy. And watch the calls from the past, because there could be love coming in that you've already known in the Mercury retrograde. Now, it is in the 10th house of career, but just that nostalgic energy. Mercury is communications. And I feel like with this kind of card energy, you could find that that applies to you somehow, since the readings can't be the same for every person. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate your support. And sorry I got so emo. It's just maybe where I'm located right now. But I'm being real, and that's all I can be. So have a beautiful September. I hope it works out, and I will see you next month.